What is the time? So, very good morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. So, we already it is 9. We can start the classes. So, welcome to this online artificial intelligence class. So, probably in this session 21, what is that we are going to do is to learn about some algorithms which are augmented with a heuristic. So, if your algorithms are augmented with some heuristics, we call that algorithms as informed search. A search which is in some direction. Based on some equation, we call it as a guided search or an informed search. So what will happen? The traditional algorithms are augmented with heuristic. We have different types of algorithms that will be introduced in this class. Like we have an algorithm called as best first search, which is a combination of DFS and BFS. But interesting part that we keep on emphasizing for these 2 or 3 classes is whatever algorithms that we discuss in the classes today, tomorrow, and even most probably on Tuesday also, all these algorithms, whether you talk about the algorithm or the trace of the algorithm, the intention of having all this in second unit is how does the algorithms do differently when some heuristic was introduced. So the emphasis of the entire classes from today and at least for 3 or 4 classes is what will happen if you have something called as heuristic. So this heuristic term itself will change with respect to the problem that you have taken. You take a 8 puzzle problem, the mapping of your current state with the goal state can be a heuristic. If you take a tic-tac-toe game, the winning probability of A minus B can be a heuristic. It can be a heuristic. Heuristic can be anything which can guide your algorithm. So heuristic name itself will change. See, a traveling salesman visits many cities and you need to see that the distance traveled is optimal. Then the meaning is optimal means you need to do something in the terms of minimum distance. That is what the heuristic is. So there is a traveling salesman who is traveling from one state to other state or one city to other city, so that he will supply. He also supplies milk. If I say, then what is the probability that he will gain more money, or how do you get optimized money? Then the optimized means you need to get more money. When you are talking about optimized distance, you need to get a lesser distance. So optimization, it will change with respect to time and with respect to the application. So optimization is getting more money in the context of when you talk about money is a criteria. Distance is a criteria. Optimization means you need to get less distance. So it will change with respect to time. So the same way heuristic will change with respect to the problem that you take. Shortest distance between 2 paths, then the distance between 2 nodes can be a heuristic, or the distance between the starting state to the current node can be a heuristic. It depends upon how do you see the problem, and there is no need that you have to have a common heuristic for a particular problem. So tic-tac-toe game is there. I discussed about a heuristic yesterday. There is no need that you have to take that heuristic. You can have a better heuristic which gives some intuition towards a better algorithm. So A star algorithm will be discussed today or tomorrow, but emphasis is A star algorithm will have an heuristic. Best first search algorithm will have a heuristic. But see, all these are traditional algorithms that we are going to introduce. But there is no need that you have to stick on for this heuristic. The interest of keeping all these discussions is there is a heuristic. What will happen if you change the heuristic? What will happen if you have a better heuristic? What will happen if you have a better heuristic? That is the reason even the input and output of all the sorting algorithms is same, whether you talk about a bubble sort, a quick sort, or a med sort, or heap sort, or radix sort, whatever sorting algorithms you read, the interest is which application needs what type of sorting. On paper, radix sort is better, but how many people will use this radix sort? If I have a good partition where my first element can make a good partition, then quicksort may be better. If my elements are less than 10, insertion sort may be better. It depends upon how do you see that input, how do you process the input. At that moment, I can say this is the best algorithm, this is the other better algorithm. So the same way, the discussion that will happen for today and tomorrow is very simple. And the emphasis will be what will happen if your algorithms will have a heuristic is what the simple thing. So in this class, what is that we do is we try to introduce two algorithms. I will just tell you the steps, and most importantly, when I'm teaching, what will happen is I will have a trace of the algorithm, then I try to write the code. Or once the trace of the algorithm was known to you, once the methodology or method in which the algorithm is working is known to you, obviously you can write any algorithm. So that is my way of teaching, and this is how the classes will happen. So the same thing, like what will happen today is you will have a chance to know about something, what actually happened in a best first search and what is the trace of the algorithm. And if you have time also, we'll see the trace of A star algorithm also. And we need to also discuss about what exactly happened in the last session. So last session is a simple session that has discussed about only two fundamental algorithms called as BFS and DFS, breadth first search and depth first search. And the interesting part that we have done is we have introduced two data structures called as open and closed. Open is a queue when you're talking about BFS. Open is a stack when you are talking about DFS. And open consists of all the nodes that are to be visited, and closed consists of all the nodes that are already visited. And based on the BFS, like you go level by level, and in DFS we go on the depth of the node, generating the success. We have seen that, and we also seen if you need to have some this is what we have seen. BFS algorithm, we have discussed DFS algorithm. All these are traditional algorithms that we have seen. We have seen, like, I have a problem, if the problem is having n solutions, all the n solutions can be found by BFS. So but memory consumption is concerned, you need to store all the nodes in the terms of BFS. Sometimes DFS, there is a chance that it will get into a blind delay and stop, but sometimes there is other chance that you will get the output faster in DFS. It depends. But the most important part is DFS and BFS are ununiform searches, are blind searches. So there is no particular condition in which there is no heuristic which will govern your algorithms. There are general algorithms. So in this class, we are talking about guided algorithms or informed algorithms, or we call it as guided searches and informed searches. So the first algorithm that was there in the syllabus and we need to know is about best first search algorithm. And this is what I just try to explain this best first search algorithm with some example, which is a standard example. That is the reason I have taken this. So then what is that I do is I have taken this example and I have taken the heuristic, and then you will just find out a goal state in this particular tree. But then what is that I have done is I have changed the values of, see, at this moment S is the starting state, and you could see here the goal state was given as G. At this moment, or for any tree, a root is a starting node. So we will start with the root, and then we'll go to a place called as goal. This is what it is. Just a minute, I'm just coming back. So this is a goal state. So I'm not introducing this best first search algorithm, I'm just telling about this diagram. So we start at S, we need to find a shortest distance from, or how do you find G is what the output is. So the input is S, the starting symbol, and the output is G, that is a goal symbol. My interest is how does your best first search algorithm will process this tree. How does your best first search algorithm will process the tree? This is what my interest is. The same problem now, since you see here, the neighbors of S at this moment are A and B. The distance that was given in the standard textbook is 12 at this moment, and they said the distance here it is 4. I'm just noting something from the table itself. So the distance that C for getting here at C that was given in the textbook is 7, and D it is given as 3. E it was given as 8 at this moment, and F it was given as 2 at this moment. H it was given as 4. I it was given as 9. Since G is the goal state, every time the heuristic that we take is 0. This is what the values that they have given initially, and I have taken this diagram so that I will just find out the trace of this algorithm. So the interest of the first 10 minutes of the class is how does your best first search algorithm, what will happen in the first iteration, what will happen in the second, and so on and so forth. This same diagram I have changed now. See this. So I have changed the values of A and B. Then the same, like I have a starting state S, and again I have a same goal state. How does the same algorithm will execute if the values are changed like this? This is what we are going to do for the first 20 or 30 minutes. Then we will see what the trace, and then we'll go for this A star algorithm and all other things. So now can somebody unmute yourself and answer like this, like what is the purpose of open, what is the purpose of close? Just please answer.
Open is the list of nodes that are not visited, sir.
Yes.
And closed is the list of nodes that are visited.
Excellent. What will change with respect to the problem? Is it open or close?
Open, sir.
Open. Yes, what you said is right. Open is a queue when you are talking about BFS, and open is a stack when you are talking about DFS. We have seen the algorithms yesterday. So another thing that I need to discuss today is we have 5 days classes for a week, and yesterday we have a meeting with the principal and other higher ups. What they told us is you take classes for 4 days, and one day can be a day where you can solve some questions in the terms of quizzes. You can give a question, they can answer, and you can validate, and you can give some problems so that people will do it online, not and you can just test something. We'll just try to have that somewhere in the next week itself if it is possible. So coming back to this class, so what you said is right, like open is set of nodes that are not visited, close is set of nodes that are already visited. Open will change with respect to time. With respect to time means with respect to the application. So now you need to tell me, see, I am starting with S, I say S is a root. For every tree, I need to start with the root. But graph, you need to identify a starting state. This is not a graph, so I have identified S as a starting state. So your best first search algorithm, what it will do is, it will take a heuristic. That heuristic was given like this. Just a minute. This that heuristic was given like this. But in general, what is that we do is we have some standard equations called as f of x is a heuristic function which is called as h of x at this moment. X is a node. So I have some heuristic function that I have taken. That heuristic function will tell you the distance between two intermediate nodes. So the distance between S to A is 12. The distance between S to B is 4. So can somebody tell me what is the promising node at S at this moment? Is it A or B?
B, sir.
Yes, what you said is right. So two neighbors are there. You have values called as 12 and 4. So 4 is better because your heuristic is it thinks about the distance. So 4 is a less distance, so it will go for B. So then I just try to have a trace, then you will understand this. But see, you assume that S is having 3 neighbors. Just for some time, assume that S is having 3 neighbors and the neighbor name is M. And the distance that I have given here is 3. Which is a better neighbor now at this moment for S?
M, sir.
M. Okay. So you have 3 neighbors. Just a minute. You have 3 neighbors. One neighbor says the distance is 12. Other neighbor says the distance is 4. Other neighbor says the distance is 3. And assume that we have other neighbor. Just I'm writing here. S is having other neighbor called as L, and the distance is 8. We have other neighbor which is called as 8. So in these 4 neighbors, at this moment, what is the best node?
M, sir.
M is the best node. So we are least bothered about the name of the node, but we are bothered about the value that reaches that node. So the value is 3. So what you said is right. So what is the value that your open will contain at the starting of the algorithm?
Start state.
Yes, open contains a starting state. In the last class, the starting state is 0, 0, but here the starting state is yes. And initially, close will have nothing visited, so it will have something called as null. So when you explore and expand S to derive the success, how many successes are there for S now at this moment?
4, sir.
4. So you have A, you have B, you have M, you have L. Among that, you are going to select something called as M. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what type of data structure I have to choose for open now? Earlier, when you are talking about BFS, you said open is a queue. The reason is it is going level by level. I need to have S first, A, B, C, D, E, F, H, I, G. Based on the levels I need to print, that is the reason you have selected it as queue. The next stage, when you're talking about DFS, I need to print SAC or SBFG, or I have to print SBEH. That is what your DFS output is. That is the reason you have taken top element at any time, every time. So at that moment, open is a stack. So at this moment, what is this open is now? Is it a stack? Yes or no? Is it a stack? The answer has to be 100% right. This is, you cannot have a stack. Is it a queue? Is it a priority queue?
Priority queue, sir.
Yes, what you said is right now. Now you need to understand, when you try to design an algorithm, the data structure that you choose to store values is also very important. So at this moment, the open is a priority queue which will store the least value at this moment. So even the values are like this, your priority queue will store M here. It will sort every time based upon what is your requirement. What is the value of 4 is B, 3, 4, what is 8 is L, and then it is what it is. So every time what does your priority queue will do is, whatever values that are there, it is not bothered about the names of that values, it is only talks about values. So it goes to M at this moment, and it will expand M if that values are there. So now just I try to discard everything here and just I will get back to the algorithm. So this is what we are having it, and we are going to just trace what exactly is best first search is. So the first thing you need to just identify here is, best first search is having a heuristic. The heuristic is some value which will tell you the distance between the nodes at that moment. At that moment is important. That is the reason this technique is also called as greedy technique. Greedy technique is a technique that can be applied at that moment. See, at this moment for B, the promising node is E value is 8, F value is 2, so promising node is F at that moment. But you consider the total distance, it may not be the correct node. So it is different. So for best first search, what is that you need to understand is, there is a heuristic called as H of n. In the algorithms, we call it as F of n equal to H of n. This is equal to, because that's after that, what is that we have a heuristic called as F of n equal to H of n plus G of n will also come. That is the reason I'm writing. So you don't bother about this. You just think that there is a heuristic for this best first search algorithm at this moment, and the open is a priority queue at this moment. At this moment, for until you complete that algorithm best first search, you are using a priority queue for open. Now just we'll see the trace of this algorithm now. I'm just going to the other slide now. So this is the diagram that I have kept. So this is what the trace of my algorithms is. So h of x is a heuristic value. Heuristic value will be for each node. So now I just trying to update these values. What does open contains initially when this diagram is taken? What is the open will contain now here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So again, I'm starting with the same nomenclature that I have done yesterday. So I have started with this, and initially the close will be null. So then I'm just trying to expand. I'm just waiting. See, I could see this 540 Deepti Sri. I think she can disable that video. And I'm getting some other requests from somewhere. Okay. Anyway, we'll just see the request later, but we'll go. So open is here, open is there. So we'll see the diagram now. So what are the successors of S?
A and B, sir.
A and B. Okay, that has to be written here. Now A is already visited, and the successors of A and B. What is the value of A? What is the value of A? A is 12, B is 4. That was given. So A value is 12, B value is 4. So then I have to write this is B and E. B value as per this diagram is 4. and A value as per this diagram is 12. So at this moment, B value is less, and since it is a priority queue, I have to visit B. So what does your close will contain at this moment now? S and
B.
B. What is said is right. So what are the successors of B are E and F. So but E has a value called as 8, F has a value called as 2. So how many are there in this open now? Open is already having A inside. A was there. Success of B are E and F. E and F. But A value at that moment is 12. So I'm just writing and just again sort. E value that was given here is 8. F value at this moment they have given it as 2. So what should be processed next?
F.
Yes. So this is what the order is. A. So the order will come here as 2, 8 and 12. So how does what is your understanding and how does your algorithm is moving? Your algorithm is moving only based on the first node. We call it as a best node. It is not talking about the path. So now your closed will have S, B and what should I write here? It is F. What you said is right. So indeed when you write F, the meaning is already E is there here, A is here. E value at this moment I have written it as 8 and A value is 12. What are the successors of F? What are the successors of F is I and G. I value is 9 and G value is 0. I and G. I value is 9 and whenever people write 0 for some node, the meaning is that is a goal node. So so what node has to be visited next? 0 value is G is 0, I is 9, A is 12, E is 8. So how can I order here? I need to get a least value, that is G, then E, then I, then A. So I have to write here as, because it is a priority, I have to write like this, priority queue. So I have to write like this. So what is the next node to be visited? Yes, B, F,
G.
then G. What is the goal node?
G, sir.
G. So we'll stop here. So the example that I have taken is simple. That is the reason if you just go to the earlier slide, we can get the output faster and you can get the output like this. You're getting like this. But the interest is, just see here. If you see the diagram that was given here, first initially we started with S and we have explored, just a minute, I will just see it. We started with S and we have expanded E and B. Then we have expanded F. From that F we have selected G and this is what was done. So what type of algorithm that I have applied here, can somebody can guess? Is it a BFS or DFS or it is a combination?
Combination of both BFS and DFS.
Yes. So the first thing you need to learn what exactly we are doing in best first search is best first search applies a combination of BFS and DFS based on some heuristic called as this. So every time when you get these values, the emphasis is what is open is a priority queue. So every time when you try to design the algorithm, you take the first element which at that moment you feel it is promising. That is the reason most of the people call it as a greedy search also. People ask you greedy algorithm, you have to write a best first search algorithm or best first search algorithm, traditional best first algorithm, this is what you are learning. And A star algorithm is also, just I have kept here, A star algorithm is also best first search algorithm with a different heuristic. So if somebody asks me what is the heuristic, just I will come back and I'm just discarding this and I will ask you. Can somebody tell me what is the heuristic that was applied in best first search algorithm? See, what is the promising node at B? At
F,
B,
sir.
yes, F. So that is what a heuristic is. The heuristic of best first search algorithm talks about what is the best at that moment, at that node, what is the best. See, at E, you have only one chance. So at that moment, E, whether H is having 20 or 30, you have to take only one. At that moment, A, what is better is C or D. C value is 7, D value is 3, but it is not considering the distance from the starting state to the current state. See here, there is an argument now. See, if you read the textbook, you can understand. I'm just again removing this part and again just doing this. Okay, this is already there. See, what is the best value at F? What is the heuristic at F? G value is 0, I value is 9. The best at this moment is G. But can you or do you need to find the distance from the starting state also to F so that the heuristic will have some meaning? So assume that you
Yes,
have
sir.
a, yes, what you said is right. Assume that you have a path from A to F directly. Two paths are there now. So do you think that every time you are only talking about what is best at F, but you need to also talk about what is the distance that has taken to reach that F is also very important. At this moment, B value is 4 and B to F value is given as 2. I wish to change the values like S to B if it is 3 and A to F it is 2. At this moment, what I feel is SAF is a better heuristic that I have to take than SBF, because SBF you are getting a value called 6 here. SA and F you are getting a value called as 5. So what does your best first search algorithm does not do is it will not think about what distance it will take to reach this point called as F. It does not consider that. What it will consider is what is best at that moment. So you need to just think. There is some algorithm which will also predict the distance between the starting state to current state and what can be the distance that will also take from the current state to goal state also. We have some other algorithm which will discuss that point also. So I'm going to the next slide now. So this small example I have taken, and with that I have explained the best first search algorithm. But see, when can you have a quicksort algorithm which can take more time than an insertion sort algorithm? Can somebody just tell me? $934. Okay, just a minute. See here. See, if your first element is not has not given a proper partition, then your quicksort algorithm will fail. But the interesting fact that I wish to tell here is, see, we have taken this diagram and the output is straightforward. Output you got here is a straightforward output. You say you start with S, then go to B. You start with S, then go to B, then go to F, then go to G. That the output is a straightforward. But every time when your BFS algorithm, best first stitch algorithm handles it, every time this output is not straightforward. The reason is, just see this now. We will trace this diagram now. So what will happen if you have this type of values here? Just I will discard and I will see that. So now we are going to trace best first search algorithm for this particular example. So I will just open and try to trace these values. So every time we start with the starting state, at this moment the starting state I have given it as S, and open is S and close is null. So you have a heuristic. So the first state is this. Now what are the contents of open in the next step? What are the successors of S?
A and B.
Yes, A and B. So I write here A and B, and I feel that S is already visited. And what is the value of A at this moment I have given is 4, B at this moment it is 10. So A is 4 and B is 10. So which is the promising node?
A.
Yeah. But see, if you go to A, can you reach G?
No,
In
sir.
general, no, but your algorithm does not know. Your algorithm is only bothered about something called as open. In that open, whatever the first element is there, that will be explored. So you can see the diagram and say, once I move from S to A, there is no chance to reach that goal because I have to backtrack at some point of time. Yesterday, if you remember, I said, if you wish to backtrack also, you need to note down the parent. That's what yesterday I said. So today also we'll just continue the discussion. Now I'm going like this. So I will expand A, and before that I write S and A are visited. So what are the successors of A? I write C and D. C, D, B is already there. So B value from the earlier step is 10. So what are the values of C and D is 11 and 12. 11 comma 12 comma 10. So at this moment, what is the promising node? In this, what is the promising node?
B.
B, sir.
B. So the order has to be B first, then C first, and D first, D then. So this I have to erase, and 10, 11, 12 I have to write. 10, 11, and 12. So again the same algorithm. So it will take B, S is visited, S is visited, A is visited, B is visited now. So once you write this B here, the meaning is B is already visited. And what are the children of B? Is E and F. Intentionally I have taken 15 and 16 values for this. So E and F will come. So C and D. So E and F values from this diagram are 15, 16, 15, 16, and What are the values of C and D are 11 and 12. Just observe carefully, because sometimes when you are typing online, there may be small mistakes that will come. So among all these nodes, which is a promising node at this moment?
C, sir.
11, sir.
Yes,
11.
just a minute. What you said is right. C is a promising node, so then the order has to be C, D, then E, F. Just watch carefully whether I'm just typing correctly or not. So 11, 12, 15, 16 has to be there. So what is the node that has to be explored now? S, A, B. Then what should I take?
C.
Yes. Now see the diagram. We started with S. We went to A. We went to B. Again I went to C. C does not have any children. But how does your algorithm is rotating like this? What is the goal? You said is G. So at that moment, C is better. That is the reason C, we went to C. And now there are no children for C. You backtrack to the earlier position. What is the next thing in the open? What is that? Open is a queue, is it right? What queue is prior to queue? What is the next thing that was there in the queue, which is having a better value?
D, sir.
Yes, you need to explore. Now this next iteration will be like this. It is 12. That is the reason I have made this problem more complex by changing the value. Then we will understand what exactly this is. So since D value is 12, so you will get here S, A, B, C, then you get D. What are the successors of D? There are no successors. So what should you get here now? What is the next step? D has no successor. C has no successor. What is the next promising element in your open?
E, sir.
Yes, you have to take. So at this moment D is visited, but you can have only E and F. Values are 15, 16. You need to visit E, so you get something called as S, A, B, C, D, E now. So what are the successors of E? Is A again. You know that if you expand the successors of E, you will not get anything. That value is G. So again, but your algorithm says you need to expand this. And if you expand, what that you get is A. Is it right? What are the E you are getting? I have written something called as H. This is H. So I have to write H. And F is there. What is the value of H is at this moment? H value is 3. And what is the next value of F is 16. So what do you infer from this algorithm? Because I need some other iteration which will also come, but just we try to merge this so that you will have a space for this. Insert columns to the right. So what can be the 8th iteration now? I know that H does not have any success, but see H value is 3 and F value is 16. I must take H. So you need to explore A, S, A, B, C, D, E, H will come. Since H does not have any successor, what is the thing that you need to explore now? Is
F.
F. So you type F here and you type the success of F as Gi. G value is 0, I value here is 4. So the first problem that we have discussed is in your textbook. The second problem that I have is what I have changed the values. Once I change the values, this is the path you got. The path you got is like you start with S, you went to A and B, then you went to C and D, S, A, B, C and D, then you went to E, then you went to H, then you went to F, finally you have arrived at G. In the next stage, like you take the 9th iteration, you get this value called as G and you can stop there. So what is the problem in the terms of best first search now? See, initially if you see this trace, it is a straightforward because the values that I have that the textbook has taken is very simple, not these values. These values are very simple, you get the value output very easily and you say that this is a better path. But the algorithm has many pros and cons. That is the reason what that I have done is I have changed these values, then I have shown you like this algorithm what is that is taken here where I have done this here. This is not a trace of A star, this is a trace of your best first search for second example. Anyway, that we have done this, so this is what it is. So the interesting point you need to understand in this class is I wish to tell you when one algorithm can do better, at the same time when the same algorithm will have the same weakness in taking this heuristic. So in order to my intention for connecting this class to the next class is when you change the heuristic, then you can have a better algorithm. That is what the conclusion of the class is. The outcome of the class is once you have taken a heuristic which talks about what is the better at this moment, sometimes you can get a value like this which is better, sometimes there is a chance that you can also get like this. So if your algorithm has to guide you properly, then a proper heuristic is needed. That's what we will discuss. This is what the starting point of the next class, and hope you understood this class because this class is very important to get into the other class and write some algorithms, because I write the algorithms like this. See, I started with open consists of S, I start with close consists of null, then I have taken a data structure called as priority queue. Then what should be there, what element has to be removed, what element has to be generated success, what has to be kept in open, what has to be kept in close. If you know that, the algorithm is as simple as that. So if I feel that I have done a justice for this class with these two examples, and just try to have the attendance. Still 151 students are there. Hope we will get more, because every day I'm just telling the same thing, like we need so many people. So if you have any doubts, just please unmute yourself, or you can just leave this teams to join in other teams so that you can have other class. But my sincere request is when we are talking about algorithms needs different type of analysis. You need to take some example and solve this, so that the algorithm, there is no need to by heart, because algorithms are logical. So you need to know about what actually happened in the algorithm and just try to write the algorithm, you'll get marks. So most probably I felt like most of the people are just trying to write even the assignment also. Like assignment I said to be submitted on 7th. That can be done very easily because only 5 or 6 questions were given. You have any doubts, you just can unmute